Provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Log's Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Log's Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
What's up? Or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty, then we are from 99.9, 24 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour already. So the number is 457-99997. That's how many nines?
Was it 3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, if you want to get in contact with us. Roleza, I don't know if you ever experienced this, right? You ever went to a store and then you pick up what you went to pick up, and then when you reach to the cashier is on her phone, him is on his phone texting away, and you like there waiting to cash your stuff and get out of the store.
Yeah, but I would tell people, I'm here. Like I had that experience, but it wasn't with a cashier. It was somebody who was actually assisting my mother with something, and the person was they were supposed to be attending to my mother, right? But they were on their phone, and after it got annoying and overbearing to me, because I'm saying that this is your work, this is your responsibility. You're supposed to be doing what it is you're supposed to be doing. I don't want to say exactly what it is because it will pinpoint exactly where it happened, right? And the person was on the phone. I'm there like, well, you know, you can put the phone away for a while, right? You can put the phone away, but the person is to tell me that it's a game that he's played and it has a time-sensitive something. It's like, Maka, I nearly blow a fuse.
A game.
I nearly blow a fuse, but I said, you know what? Yeah, but I'm the type of person where, especially if I can understand, like, I remember recently somebody, they took a call in front of me, but I realized from what it is that they were saying, it was something in relation to their child. Right. So in that case, I could understand, right? And I didn't say anything about it or anything, because I realized that once it comes to a child, I could be like, okay, you know, but otherwise I would tell people, well, it's time for you to put your phone away. I am here. I am standing in front of you. It might be small, but I am here, you know? So, yeah.
Oh, boy. I don't understand. If you're at work and, you know, you see a customer come up to the cash desk, I think you should just put away phone immediately.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. You can sometimes tell when people don't want to be where they are. And you not being where you want to be, as in you not enjoying the job or whatever, has absolutely nothing to do with me, right? Because regardless at the end of the day, whether or not you enjoy your job, yes or no, you are being paid to do the job. And you are supposed to be, especially when you're involved in customer service, as long as I am not being rude or disrespectful towards you, then you are supposed to treat me as the paying customer that I am.
Let me take this caller. Hello, good morning.
That I am.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Maka.
Good morning.
And,
boy, disconnect that call. Disconnect that call.
You forget your name?
Morning, Joshua.
You know, Maka, 2 minutes and 10 seconds into this talk, you're going to tell me the other calls. Now, I have often applauded Mr. Compton on his commentary, as you guys know, whenever he speaks truth and sense. But for the past few days, he's been delusional. And please let me make my point before you tell me the call is waiting. I don't know if Mr. Compton has ever been to the United States.
Kenton?
I don't know.
Compton.
Oh, Compton.
Yeah, Compton, yes. But judging from what he said, I doubt it very much. Shopping in the United States is cheap. There was a time in Bermuda when the airlines would allow it. We could fly up to Boston or New York and fly back home in time to put our kids to bed, to shop. Because Bermuda is one of the most expensive places to live in the entire world, regardless of where you go. The only thing free you get here is the air that we breathe, and it's because the government has not yet found a way to charge us for that. And a question I'd like to ask you, Maka, and Roleza, because Mr. Compton is not there. Have you ever been the victim of a drug-related crime?
No.
No.
No. Well, you're speaking to one who could testify. I live this thing just like every single day. Just in the past month or so, I've experienced a fatal shooting right on my doorstep. I've been less than 2 minutes from my house. I've been robbed of over $3,000 worth of jewelry, broad daylight. All of this is as a result of folks wanting to get money for a quick fix. So I don't know where Mr. Compton is coming from. I have had these experiences. And one last thing before Maka says, you got to go. I would come to St. Vincent. I've been living here for almost 50 years. On my Vincentian passport, my wife would be with me, my son would be with me, my daughter would be with me. They come to the airport, they stamp their passport, bam, 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 bam. My Vincentian passport, they write a note. They give me limited time to stay in the country, limited time to stay in my country with a Vincentian passport. Until I got irate, I kicked man, I raised Cain. So now I come and I get a good smile, welcome home, Mr. Richardson. St. Vincent is not my home, it's the place of my birth. Bermuda is my home. So these are things that I personally experienced. I don't know where life gets some of his stuff from, because I think he's been delusional for the past few days. These are things that I have experienced. Now, Maka, you're at liberty to tell me, take a hike.
No, don't take a hike just yet. I need to get your views on the topic here, though. I hear what you say in relation to that other matter, in terms of live commentary. That is your opinion, and I challenge you on that. But in terms of whenever it is that you come to SVG, what are your thoughts generally on the customer service here in Vincy?
Well, my last 4 visits, I should say, I'm telling you, man, I could have gotten on my knees and kissed the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the harassment I had at the airport. When I came in a wheelchair, and is it the black squad, they call these guys? I mean, they harassed me to the limit. I got angry. I said, listen, my name is JOSHUARICHARDSON. It's not LUZZETTE King. So if you think you're going to have me on the floor with your knee in my neck, you better think again.
You just did that? All right, Joshua.
I just did what?
All right.
I did. Look, I was annoyed. I mean, they were harassing me. There were taxi drivers outside Kingsley. Kingsley was supposed to pick me up because they kept me in there for so long. He sent his nephew, I think, instead. When I got in the car, the young man said to me, sir, you handled yourself quite well. People were out there betting that they were going to slam you on the pavement, on the arm and the tiles, but it didn't happen. But outside of that, I love coming to St. Vincent. I get treated with respect like I never did before. And I'm not going to announce when I'm coming back next, because the Black Squad might hear this and try to do that to me again. But I enjoy coming to St. Vincent.
Okay. All right. So customer services is fine for you. Okay.
Anything else? Anything else? Oh.
No.
This is a funny one. You know, I want to go through your baggage, you know. I declare everything. Even if I'm chewing gum that I didn't buy in St. Vincent, I declare that. When the guy got to me, he went through my stuff, and he said, give me one of this. I said, one of what? He said, one of that, it will make things easier for you. So I said to him, could I call? And I called the person's name. He looks at me and he said, where my can have been telling me you know he? So he put the X on me luggage and let me go. This happens in St. Vincent Customs. It shock you, right? Talk to me.
And embracing a moment of silence, Joshua. This is my moment of silence.
Okay, life, not life. Maka, what you got to say? I know you already tuned out of me, but what do you have to say in response to what they do in customs in St. Vincent?
Well, they're doing their work, so
Doing the work?
Now,
Yeah.
now with what
To
Joshua
tell
just
you-
said, yeah.
huh?
Your personal stuff, Maka, your personal stuff. They're saying to you, give me one of that,
But-
and you could go through free.
Suppose the person making a little joke with you.
Joke.
Mm-hmm.
Joke. You try that in Bermuda and you go to prison for making that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Have a nice day.
All right.
All right, Joshua, thanks. All righty. So, so our topic is on customer service here in SVG. Is it taken seriously? All right. Let me see something. Okay. All righty. So, from my experience, though, you had any other experiences that you wanted to raise?
A friend of mine told me he went to a restaurant and he go to the restaurant, he sit down, he and his other person, and then he was there for like 20-25 minutes and nobody came to him. But as soon as two other persons came, the persons went straight to the other persons. So he was wondering if his money is different than theirs.
I've heard persons speak about that, especially was skin color and that kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
another issue. But you know, I would be fair in my thoughts here. When it is you go to certain places and some government places, right? I have seen a bit of an improvement over the past couple of years, right? Because many persons used to say that civil servants, they're slow, you know, they're not prompt to respond, you know, they almost lackadaisical in the way in which they go about doing their things. But I have seen some improvement in terms of persons actually being efficient in what they're doing, right? Now, I can't say that this is a blanket improvement. It's not a blanket statement for improvement everywhere because it's only certain places that I would go to, right? When it comes to my personal experiences in terms of, let's say, for business or otherwise, I have seen an improvement there as well, right? But in saying this, I'm a faithful woman, right?
Yeah.
I'm a very faithful woman, but I'm faithful
I
in the
ain't sure about
context I'm faithful of business in that if I've received good service from you, chances are that I'd always return, right? So I tend to go back to places where it is that I've visited before. So when it comes to the customer service from people who are businesses that I've engaged with, it's generally going to be good because they're always seeing my face there. They're always interacting with me. They're always doing business with me. So that is why for me, I can't say that I've necessarily had a lot of issues. I really don't go out in terms of nightlife and that kind of thing. I eat out a lot. I take away food to go home. But I can't say that in terms of, like, let's say restaurant service or so forth, that I've necessarily had an issue that I can highlight. But
A lot of people experience that from most restaurant, not the bar, the restaurant. You know, they
Slow
go to
service and
slow
everything.
service and so forth.
But isn't sometimes this slow service a way to get you to spend more in that you keep calling for drinks because you're waiting for the food to come? Isn't that like a technique that is used by the restaurants?
You could be right. It's a technique. You could be right. You just tend to have your waited.
Yeah, you wait and you just keep calling for drinks because you're waiting for your food. You know, but you know, as we mentioned yesterday in the whole topic with the tourism and everything is, you know, we really do have to step up. I really don't care if you are selling from a shop by the side of the road. You know, to me, there are basic things should exist. Respect, right? You don't talk to people any which old way. Just because you're running a business, you don't talk to people any which old way, right? When persons are answering the phone, answer as if you actually want to answer the phone.
That is true. Yeah.
Right? I hate when people answer the phone in a very slow way, as if I am bothering you. Listen, it's business. Whether it's not your personal business, as in you're working for somebody, the point of the matter is at the end of the month, you want to be paid, right? So how are you going to be paid if you're not actually doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? I also think that when it comes to persons with small businesses, I tend to find, well, again, maybe it's just the persons that I've interacted with, is that they're a lot more prompt in their service, or even if it's not necessarily
persons who own their own business. Right.
business. Even if they're not necessarily prompt with their service, they at least indicate when things can be done by. So you have an idea of when you're going to either get your product or to get your service, right? But again, maybe my circle is small because I tend to just go back to the same people. So,
but to be honest, so as you mentioned, some places they have good customer service. As you mentioned, with the government system, you know, a lot of them have they improve. Used to be real sucks, but they improve a lot now.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah.
And
as we stepping up in tourism as well, you know, we do have to step up. It's just, it doesn't take much to be respectful towards persons, right? And I know when it comes to working in customer service, front of the line operations, working with people is difficult because sometimes you and I are going through your own personal stuff that, you know, you're really forcing to put a smile on your face. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, my problem is not your problem, right? The point is that if I've come to you because I need to get some kind of business done or service done, you kind of have to put that aside, right? It's unfortunate that as human beings, we have to compartmentalize sometimes like that, but we just have to do it. So, yeah.
Let me read this WhatsApp. Good morning. The speed bump is narrow. They mash up your vehicle than anything else. Bump need to be wider.
Oh, so this is in relation to the first topic that we had this morning. Okay. All right.
Bumps need to be wider. I don't think they're gonna make the bump wider. I don't think they're gonna do that. Bump is bump.
You know what? As you're talking about speed bumps, you know what I could never understand? Good morning to all the persons who drive low vehicles, but I could never understand why people have low vehicles in Vinci. Like, I really don't get it. You ever do behind them when they're trying to navigate over a bump?
Yep. They go
and they have to whine.
They
have to whine and take their time. But before anybody say I hate him, we stop. All right. Yeah. Anything else you wanna?
Nothing else so far.
All right. So that is it with our conversation this morning on customer service and SVG. Is it taken seriously? So for those of you who are involved in customer service, in whichever area. Whether you are a small business owner, big business owner, you are working for somebody else, remember at the end of the day, you are providing a service to other persons. All right. So do your job and do it properly. We are heading on out at this time.
Nothing else sounds as good as WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.